Good day guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Astral and today I'll be starting a brand new series called If I Was in the Studio With. The idea behind this series is simple. I want to take you into the headspace of being in the room with your favorite artist and help you create unique beats from scratch that truly match their vibe and energy. In this first video, we're stepping into the world of Rema. Dark, emotional, gritty, bouncy, all of that stuff, you know the vibe. We'll be making a beat in the style of the goated HEIS album, completely from scratch, again using only stock plugins. This isn't some generic video that doesn't really explain anything other than me just showing you a beat I made. I'm going to be covering chords, melodies, bassline, drum programming and much more, with a bit of mixing sprinkled in throughout. So if you're a producer trying to make fire beats with what you already have, stick around till the end of this video. Comment below the artists you would like me to cover next. Check out my free River Afrofusion starter pack linked in the description below, and drop a like on this video as it greatly helps my channel against the YouTube algorithm. Without further ado, let's get into it. So yeah, coming here, I'm going to be starting with a BPM of 126. First thing I like to do here, and the first thing you should always do, especially as a beginner producer when you are making beats, is build a chord progression. Like, that's all good beats starts from chord progression. It would be wishful thinking to think you just want to enter and click around and make something good, and that works sometimes, I'll be honest with you, but it's more of a 50-50 thing. And chords just make it much easier because then you sort of already have the basis, the backbone that you can just pick from. So if you have 30 melodies playing self, you already sort of have where you can pick them off of, you understand. First thing I do, I always pick FL keys, not because I'll use it, I mean I'll most likely still use it, but because it's a piano. With the piano it's easy to really hear the notes, so I'm just going to use this to set some form of progression. Since this is a Rema for HEIS here, I want you to keep in mind that HEIS album, I mean I'm sure you've heard it before, you can all remember that album was very experimental, it was very different. One thing that came to my head is, because people will claim it's Afrofusion, or maybe they'll say afrorave. Well, afrorave is a genre Rema created, so I guess that's correct, but I do not think this is Afrofusion. Why is that? It's because Afrofusion in of itself is like termed from it's like Afrobeats with elements of other stuff inside. But if you hear most of the tracks on that Rema stuff, it didn't really sound like Afrobeats with elements of other stuff. It sounded like other stuff with elements of Afro. Like the main idea, it seems like the main idea was built off other stuff. Inspiration will have probably been drawn from like rock, trap, definitely, EDM, you know, there's a bunch of shit. I'm not really going to get into all that. The backbone I would give this would be a trap inspired melody. So now we move into building the chords. The very first thing you want to know when building chords is major and minor. That's the first music theory you need to know ever. And once you know this, you're ahead of 80% of producers. I won't lie to you, because at this stage most people just enter and they click in. So okay, let's start with A. Do that, A. So to build a major chord is one that will sound happy, and a minor chord is one that will sound dark. So to build a major chord, all you have to do is jump 3 spaces. That's 1, 2, 3, and then put it on the 4th note, C sharp there. Then jump 2 spaces. So this is a major chord now. You do the happy. Now to make a minor chord, right? Instead of jumping 3 spaces, you're going to jump 2, put it here, and then jump 3. So this now is going to sound dark. See? I'm going to duplicate that over. So you can hear the difference. This right here is just so important. It's the first thing you need to know. You know this, you are ahead of producers. Now, let's say you build something off this. It's going to sound happy, off rip. Like, check this. see happy. So had it been, you move this down, it's dark already, you know, dark. So that's how it is. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that. So yeah, a lot of the shit was dark in this album, so I'm going to use a minor chord. I'm going to use my favorite chord progression, which is the 1-2 chord progression. It's very simple to build. All you have to do is duplicate this over with Ctrl B, use shift to move everything up one, then go to the middle one and move it up once. Let's try. So again, just to remind you, we're just using this to build the basis of a melody. Although I don't really like this, let me alter the timing a bit. This one coming earlier. Yeah, this sounds more trappy. So what you don't want to do, since you already have a basic chord progression, you replace this with sampler again, so it's not playing. So you can now look for an instrument and play around. So I think I want some form of bell. That sounds too harsh though. Then I'm going to pick Sakura. This is my favorite bass. Come down to, I don't know, this bass just works in most cases. If you are going to use it for extended periods of time, or not the typical Afrobeat, obviously. So yeah, I just love it. This gives that Mike Dean vibe. So now what I'm going to be doing is just to be creating different sounds that go well together, that just mesh to create something lush. But of course, you know, if you notice in a lot of the songs, like, you know, HEIS, Ozeba, I think Macham, Hehehe.
What?
Which other songs did they have on themselves? They had a lot of sounds that sort of came in, like it could be that you enter the second chorus and then there's more sounds in there. So I'm going to be making a lot of sounds, but don't get distracted in it, just follow along. These are all stock plugins, so yeah, easy to make. So I'm just going to be creating a bunch of sounds, and then I'm now going to arrange it. You know, you are also going to see the full arrangement process, so don't get lost. You can pause, you can slow down if you have to, but everything I'm doing again is stock plugins, so it shouldn't be much of an issue. but it's too harsh. It's 1, 2, and repeat Control B. There we go. I think I want this a bit fast. Okay, what are we missing? I think I want some sort of bright, like really bright synth. I should say that in same synth. Yeah, okay. Polysynth bright. Yes. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so this is this will act as a bridge at some point, just to spice the shit up, maybe chorus, pre-chorus, bridge, something. I don't know. I may not even end up using all the sounds, to be honest. But Flex probably has something. No, not Flex. GMS maybe. Yeah, see, so I don't think I'm even going to end up using this stuff here. So you can see with chords it's so much easier. Like, look, we've already created like I mean, melody wise, maybe we've created about 3 stuff since this is repetitive. But like, if you were just clicking around, you would not have been able to do this fast. So use chords to be honest. I have a video coming out soon where I'm going to be explaining chord progressions. I'm just going to be showing a bunch of chord progressions, how to evoke emotions with each chord progression. So make sure you subscribe and check that out. It'll be dropping sometime next week. Something else, there's this other bass I love. It might not work, it might work. I don't want to have to creeper drone. Okay, so I think at this point we should add some form of, let me look at my Afro kit. We should have some form of what do you call it, shaker or perk or something. Yeah, I have a new drum kit that's going to be dropping soon. Make sure to check it out. I mean, stay tuned, you know. I'm still making it, so I'm going to be adding more samples in here. I think I like this one. Bars. Anytime you put in stuff here, so it doesn't end up sounding weird, always use stretch. Alright, so what I want to do now is route this to 410. Then I'm going to use Gross Beats. Gross Beats is a very useful plugin. You should experiment with it a lot actually, especially if you are delving into trap. and instead of 2 times speed, I'm going to use half speed. So yeah, if you've seen any of my tutorials on my previous channels, you know I personal preference, I don't like to use drum loops. If I'm using a drum loop at all, I'm going to use it as some form of Perc loop, some form of texture in the background. So I'm going to EQ this and put that at step 4, step 6. I'm going to high pass this, remove the kick. I don't want the kick at all. So here I'm going to add a low pass, just cut a little bit of the highs, put this as step 4. Right, cool. Then I'll add gross beats. You know, gross beats, man, when do I not use gross beat? I like always use it. So add to the bounce. Now watch this. This just sounds much more groovy instantly. Like, listen to it. You know, so it just feels like the thing is breathing. Then what I also like to do here, this is a little bit stereo. Let me just mono it a bit. I'll come to Fruity Panel, but I always miss where that thing is. Okay, Fruity Panomatic. What this does is a sort of LFO. If you know what LFO is shit, I don't really know what it means, but it creates movements basically. So I'm going to pick pan. As you can see, this just determines where the sound is. I'm going to increase the speed. So this is the sound moving. So I like to do that a lot. So I'm just going to right click there, split by channel. I like everything. Duplicate over. One more. Do that, yeah. Once big transients, bleeding. Just so there's no clicking sounds. So okay, now you now ask yourself, okay, what do you want to start with? I think personally I want to start with that pad. Shit, I hadn't saved all this while actually, crazy. Rema type. I think at this point I actually want to add in a shaker. Yeah, okay, LED, brass, whatever. So you right click and press if you select everything like that, route selected, so it's going to route everything you choose. So alright, I'm just going to pick everything melody, melodies. I'm going to right click and press route to this track only, and route to this track. So I'm going to go to my bundle by bundle mixing kit, grab that in the description below. I don't know if I mentioned that. So then I'll pick the perfect melody. I don't think I'll even need the reverb in this case. Filter, so I'm gonna give a low pass.
Drums.
To take the drums.
The drums. I don't give a fuck about nothing else. You hear me? Nothing, bro. Nothing. I don't care.
It's all about the drums.
The drums, bro. Don't fuck up the drums.
Duplicate that bitch over. Because you know the bass is playing and then some of this stuff occupy the low end, so I purposely put everything melody into this too. I prefer that to, you know, just routing everything directly to the master and adding effects on each one. So when the melody is playing now, it plays with some high notes, sorry, with some low notes. But obviously we have bass, sorry for that crack in my CPU. So we have bass also playing. So you don't want your bass to now be playing when your melody also has bass inside. It's going to make the whole thing muddy. So that's why we use automation. I explained in my previous video. So you right click, create automation clip, right? The songs on that HEIS didn't really seem like Afrofusion. Now you get what I mean. So you know, this is very trap. If you play this for anybody, you know, I've actually made a beat like this before. When I play it in the studio, people at first think it's trap. They are so surprised when they start hearing Afro shit inside. So yeah, so let's just finish this up. I think right now it's just about arranging the drums, I guess. And after that, FX. I won't do FX in this video, but then I'm sure right now you already have enough to like understand, oh, this is how a Cookup for Rema would go. Alright, so that's the full beat. I'm going to leave a link to the FLP in the description so you can go and download it, analyze it, save the presets, use the drum loops, whatever. Don't forget, grab my Afrofusion starter pack in the link in the description. It has everything: drum kits, loops, some MIDI, some samples too that I made royalty free. I also have the mixing kits, the bundle by bundle mixing kits. Go and check it out as well. It will make your mixing very simple. I also did a mixing video, so go and check it out. I'll leave that on the screen. And yeah, if you like this video, again, leave a like, comment the next artist you want me to do this on, and see you in the next video. Peace.